Hey guys, this is Dave,
This is Mike.
and we're the Game & Watch Bros. Hey guys, today we're bringing you Green Arrow. Now, Green Arrow has always been one of my favorite superheroes. I've always had an infatuation with bow and arrows, so that's why I preferred Green Arrow over Batman. Essentially, they're the same. It's just Green Arrow uses a bow and arrow instead of batarangs and things of that nature. He started out lethal, yes, but he eventually decided that that's not who he wanted to be. He wasn't going to be an assassin, and he decided to be a vigilante like that. But I'm super excited. I love Green Arrow. Like I said, Mezco, just their products are fantastic. The clothing on the collectibles are just one of a kind. I've never found any other manufacturer that has made a product the same way Mezco does. So I'm super excited to bring you this. And let's go ahead and dig in. Now, the first thing I like about this over the others is it does have a sleeve. The only reason it's not on it now is because the sleeve is identical. So we just took that off and set it aside. The main reason for that is because on this one, it's got a magnetic strip in here where you can open this up. Voila. And it displays the figure. Now, right off the bat, the first thing that I noticed when I opened this display up was this image over here. As you can tell, I don't keep my collectibles in boxes. Typically, I have no plan on reselling my collectibles, so I typically trash the boxes. Now, I know you collectors out there are like, oh, God, no. But I do. I trash most of my boxes. But this one, specifically, I'm going to cut this off and maybe frame it, put it on the wall. I'm not quite sure. But I love the artwork of the Green Arrow here. Okay. Now, the next thing you'll notice is the figure itself. I did receive this secondhand from a private seller. So I'm not quite sure where you could pick up one of these yourself, but what I can tell you is if you go to our friends at Collector Zone, that's collectorzone.com, their website will be in our description if you want to check them out. They have tons of Mezco collectibles, 112 figures. If you want to get yourself some of the others, we have done some unboxings of some other wonderful Mezco toys. So definitely check them out. They have other Mezco toys that are fantastic. So I think we'll go ahead and dig into this figure. What do you say?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That works every time.
Every time.
99% of the time.
Any aspiring video people out there, plan on doing an unboxing. Shake it. What I like about this is the bow comes strung. So I'm pretty sure you could take one of these arrows.
They are notched, by the way, which means they got a little thing you can fit in this ring.
Maybe at the end of the video,
To break the string, try it.
we'll have to see if we can fire one. But anyways, I love the fact that the bow is strung with an actual string. It is pretty tight, as you can see. I don't know if you can see this, but you could probably actually fire an arrow pretty good with this. It does also come with plenty of arrows. Now these ones are purely decoration. It looks like it goes in the quiver because these do not come out, and they're just there. Now on the back of him, he does have a sheath that these can go into. You just take these bad boys.
Yeah, you need a little bit of force to slide them in there.
Slide them in there, and then boom. Now the great thing is You're gonna be like, hey, wait, why is the one on his back bigger than the arrows that you just loaded into it? It's because it also comes with what Mike has in his hand. 3 additional normal arrows.
So just hold one of them. They're all attached. So
A
triple shot.
kryptonite laced arrow, in case, you know, you need to take out Superman. An exploding bolt arrow. Oh, I guess there are 4 of these.
Must not be all the way in there.
4 normal arrows, and then a grappling hook arrow. Which this would be a little bit cooler if it had a little bit of rope attached to it. That'd be really cool.
It really is the Batman with the bow.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anyone that knows anything about Green Arrow knows that his alter ego, Oliver Queen, is a rich playboy philanthropist.
Go on, Timmy.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways. But it comes with 4 normal arrows, a kryptonite laced arrow, an exploding bolt, a grappling hook, the knife, and plenty of hands. It comes with 2, 4, 6, 8 different hands, including the pair of hands that he has on him now.
Well, while he's doing that, I will point out that there is a holster on the back of him to put the knife in. So the knife has somewhere to go. You can even see there's kind of like a slanted thing in there with the arrows, and then the same thing right here with that thing. So it actually got a spot it's supposed to fit into. And I was sitting there playing with it. I couldn't really get the 3 arrows in there while it's in there, so I don't know if I'm just a dummy or
Yes.
this is something special.
Anyways, like I was saying, it comes with 8 different hands, including 2 on the figure. We've got different actions. We've got open hands, closed hands, depending on how you want to pose your figure. It also comes with this beautifully etched platform for him to stand on top of with the Green Arrow emblem.
That was
So
that works very well.
we're not going to wait till the end of the video. Apparently, Mike just tested the bow and fired one of the normal arrows.
No, the triple arrow.
You fired 3 arrows at once.
At the camera lady.
So yeah, Mike just tested the bow,
It works quite well.
and it does. It fired the
triple shot.
triple arrow beautifully. And yeah, these are not to be fired. So, you know, if you want to lose your arrows, definitely load them into the bow and launch them all around your house.
At the small time price of whatever this costs brand new, you can have unlimited arrows every time you buy one.
Yeah, about that.
I wouldn't recommend it, by the way.
Anyways, so it does come with the hook or the claw. Yeah, there we go. We'll call it the claw, which will go into the platform, and you could put this around the waist of your action figure so you can pose them, you know, however they want to stand, make them fly, whatever. It comes with a little baggie, says Mezco 112 on it. Fantastic, and it has an arrow or a place where you could write whatever figure it is so you don't confuse it with your other figures. Yep. Now, let's get into a little bit more detail with our Green Arrow action figure. The first thing I love about this is the pleather overcoat. It does have a hood that you can pull back to reveal his hair. There is a wire in the hood here, so you can kind of shape it so it'll go over his head. See? Pull it up like that, or you can stretch it out like such. You know, however you want to pose it. The coat does come all the way down past his waist. The entire thing feels like a pleather. It does look like it also has a little zipper, just like the Blade Diz. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can take the belts off of him to unzip it and see what's underneath. But I wouldn't see why they would put a zipper on it if you couldn't take it off.
Just aesthetics, probably.
Next thing I like is
The
the pants. He is wearing tights. It's kind of like a spandex material, which actually goes down into the boot. So it looks like he's wearing it all the way down. His gloves, the gauntlets, are pretty sweet. The only thing that I think would have made this cooler is the gauntlets are plastic, as well are the boots. If they could have done another type of pleather like the coat, I think that would have been really awesome.
Would be very protective of armor, though.
Yes, because plastic's better.
No, I'm sure there's probably like carbon fiber or steel, even something. I don't know.
But I love the buckles on the back of the boots. The detail is just wonderful in the figure itself. The belts, I think, would have been cooler if they were leather or the pleather material instead of the plastic.
Yeah.
I just think that it would have looked more authentic that way. I do love the mask. One thing I thought would have been cool is if you could remove the mask, but then you would have had to have some way to attach it, like a string or something, so that
Just a little peg.
might have taken away from it. A peg, you would have had a hole in the head,
Sure.
so you wouldn't have wanted done something like that. But I do love this figure. The detail in his face is pretty good. One thing I just noticed, unless you're paying super close attention to his goatee, it just looks like he's got a Jay Leno chin instead of an actual goatee and mustache. So maybe they could have put a little bit more color into that like they did the hair on top of his head. I do love back here, like Mike was saying, the fact that they have a sheath for the knife where you can just slide it in there. And then they have a quiver for the arrows, which I'm sure you could load all of those arrows into, which would have been awesome.
Except for the grapple hook arrow. It'd be a little hard.
Maybe. Freezing. Anyways, I will have to say that this figure is actually pretty cool. I love the detail in it. I love the clothing in it. The fact that there's a zipper where you can unzip the vest. All in all, I would have to say that this is a pretty sweet collectible figure. So I think at this point we'll go ahead and give it over to Mike, and he could talk about his favorite.
Articulation. So you got, the standard and the feet. They don't seem to move as much, but I guess that's because of the, I'm sure there's a name for it. The boot padding, whatever. You got the knees, obviously. Looks like you've got a double jointed knee. Not really double jointed, but two different joints, so you can actually get it up a lot higher than normal. You've got arms, the elbows, the hands, the move. You can pull them out. Leg. He's got like the shoulder, and it looks like he's even got one below the shoulder, so you could actually like twist it, like that, full range. I'm sure he's probably there's one at the waist, the head, got a ball joint or some kind of joint that swivels around and all that stuff. Yeah, it is definitely. I think that's pretty much all that. But it's definitely a very cool figure. Has more of a Green Lantern feel myself, but
Did you know Green Arrow and Green Lantern actually teamed up a bunch in the comic books?
I don't know.
Yeah, they actually had a comic book series of theirs called Green Arrow and Green Lantern. So they were a team. Which is actually where I fell in love with Green Arrows, because Green Lantern used to be, or is, one of my favorite superheroes. And when I was younger, I picked up some Green Arrow or Green Lantern comics, which were Green Lantern / Green Arrow. And once I was introduced into Green Arrow, you know, I did some digging and some investigating. I found out about him, and you know, he really is. He's the he's like Batman, just not dark and mysterious. He wears green. But yeah, you know, I love Green Arrow. I love this Mezco for specifically the bow is just awesome, and as Mike demonstrated, I don't think we could show it on camera because firing a projectile pretty quick, but take our word, it does fire arrows. You know, we see if we can get it on camera. Wait for it. We'll have to edit out the whole waiting thing. And it's gone. So, that literally flew across the room.
Yep.
It's going to take us days to find that now. It's cool though, because that was the kryptonite laced arrow, and we know we can't have him taking down my homeboy Superman.
Right, he's not responsible.
So I'm not upset about him losing that. I am a little bit, but you know, that's the hazard of the trade. But I'm gonna have to give the Mezco Green Arrow 2 thumbs up. What about you?
Definitely 2 thumbs up.
So Mezco's Green Arrow scores 4 thumbs up from the Game & Watch Bros. Keep up the good work, fellas, and Cloud Strife, Aerith, Tifa. Just saying, Mezco. Yuffie, Sephiroth. Definitely Sephiroth. Ooh, that would be badass. I think that is a step above Cloud. I think the first one you guys should release is Sephiroth.
Yes.
For the Final Fantasy VII Remake. How cool would that be? The trench coat that actually is like a pleather and then the long ass sword. Oh! I'm super excited. Super excited. I'm so excited that it's not excited. I'm super excited. We will definitely be bringing you a playthrough of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. And if there's a collector's edition, we will definitely do an unboxing of that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I think we've talked enough about Final Fantasy VII. We'll get back on the subject, but I think we have discussed Green Arrow enough as well. So definitely thanks for hanging out with us, and I don't know if I could say definitely enough. Definitely say it. 3 more definitely times. With that being said,
Make sure you come back later.
there's going to be a lot of editing that needs to be done to this video.
We'll have less definitely in the next episode.
Definitely. Gonna have a lot less definitely's. You guys definitely have a great day.
Definitely.
Thanks for hanging with the Game & Watch Bros.
And if you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe, that little bell, and if you have a comment, leave it below.